做报告。所以呢，
I invite my student to, on behalf of me, to deliver this report. Thank you. Okay, on behalf of Professor Lin, I delivered the report of manufacture Hongmu furniture by using modified wood. So actually there is no category in the subject of wood. It is a name, a folk name in public. So some of the experts attempts to use some scientific measurement to standardize it and make a standard. But you know that Hongmu is not a real name, so how can we make it a criteria? So for example, sometimes we say the color is dark, but how dark? So I mean, if you say it's dark color, but it's nonsense absolutely. And for example, the wood culture, we should not say it is slim or thick. We should have the criteria that whether the diameter is up to 200 mm or bigger than 200 mm, and the density of wood with the water content is 12%, and then it's bigger than 0.676 G per cubic meter. So you know that the hundreds of categories for wood. So what is the real Hongmu? So, but this is only limited in the 5 categories and 8 subcategories. Why limited in these 5 categories and 8 subcategories? Who specify it? Why specify this way? I think it's not scientific. I believe that even though Hongmu for these 5 categories and 8 subcategories, but they are in the species endangered. As an expert and scholars, we should not push it into the more dangerous, and we should take some measurements to save it. You know that it is very difficult to describe a wood as a rare wood or cheap wood. What I mean is the most important thing, where you use it. You know that if for a wood, if it is made for a simple one, a simple wood with simple tool, it's not a rare one. But if you use it to make the blocks for cigar, and then you should specially taking the special kinds of the wood and to protect the real taste of cigar. So due to the factors in culture and traditions, the price of wood also varies. According to the history, that the traditional furniture in China before they, if you use the normal wood but cannot meet the demands by those royal families, and then the royal family, like the emperor's family, they use those wood. We call it Hongmu today. It's due to many reasons. That's due to the normal wood being cut, flat blood cutting, and so we could find the other substitute. Number one. Number two is the international trading between Ming Dynasty of China and with the Southeast Asia. So the timbers from Southeast Asia can come to China very easily. And also due to the technology, because those wood imported from Southeast Asia, they with the higher density and very high density, so it's very difficult to dry it. So today, the drying technology for Hongmu is still a big difficulty to take it down. Then the craftsmen in ancient times used many kinds of ways, like the cracking or like the other kinds of the methodology to slow down the swelling and distortion of the timber. And also in order to sustain and develop the Hongmu furniture, so the wood selection must based on the principle, number one, to expand the species of trees Like in Zhongshan City, in Dachong Town, the species of the trees expand from 33 to 100. Number 2 is plantation. For example, some of the wood will be developed within 20 to 30 years. Number 3 is to change the nature of the timber. For example, change the high density to low density, or from low density to high density, or even change the color. So, for example, by different ways like impregnated wood, or desified wood, or compressed wood. So, for example, also we can use the chemical materials to change the ingredients of the wood. And for example, we use BB 50%, PB 31.2%, and SN for 18.8%, and then the point of the melting is at 97 centigrade. And for example, you also use hollow heating and pressing treatment to use the alloy, indulge the alloy into the wood and make the density that lower than 0.6 G per cubic meters to increase to 0.95 to 3.83 gram per cubic meters. So you know that such kind of the pressed wood, they have the characteristics. Number 1, in terms of speed, that it should have the grain should be even, smooth, and the pressure should be 10.5 to 17.6 MPa, and the water content rate should not lower than 6% at the cell wall. So, and for the chemical methodology, now we adopt the lower cellular resin. So this is a kind of chemicals. So maybe it will be hazardous to human beings' health. But we know that many quick developing wood, they have some problems with the uneven resin. And some of the chemicals is very difficult to dry, like PEG. So this is the defects. While for the physical methodology, normally we use the pressed wood. The pressed wood equipment is very expensive. For example, is pressed by 2,000 tons. Normally, to avoid the rebounding, then the pressing time will be over 2 hours. There's heating by 1 hour, and then cool down by more than 1 hour. So the cost is very expensive. So how to balance the three? That's environmental protection, quality, and economy. So this is the focus. So we select the physical methodology as a base because it's more environmental protectional to solve the problem of quality, like no rebounding, and fit the principle of economy. So the combination of these two will be the methodology we want to adopt. And during the process of pressing, so we use the pressing agent. So this is to decrease the rate of distortion of the wood, and also when we pressing it, the temperature up to 170 or 180 centigrade. Then they can solve the problem of stay pack to make the pressed wood become more stay pack. So these upper two elements can solve the problem of quality. And normally, but the cost of pressing cannot be solved because we need to press for 2 or 3 hours. So it will be expensive. Then we use a kind of resin, 30 to 35% of the resin solution, and use the vacuum pulper to press into the wood, and then to press it at the temperature up to 140 centigrade. Then to reduce the body volume of the pressed wood and reduce the time of pressing. and then to use the resin to fix it, to solidize it. No need to cool down by pressing.
固化后的结果也能使木材在加热后形成稳态。果子单宁不但能变电压缩木，还能使木材改色。更重要的是，某些果子的单宁可以不间断地吸收空气中的甲醛，对环保有利。这是改性之后与原木的一个比较啊。
I think this is a very good way for the logs to fight against the environment degrading issue. I think this is the comparison. So after modification, the wood density can be reached. It can be reaching at 0.85. It's better than gun wood after modification. 1.46. This is the density. So this is the density for the material. And for redwood, it's around 0.9, 1.1, the density.
制成产品之后，经常发生开裂变形，而改性木材尺寸稳定。
Give birth to cracks. So if we can increase the density, then the tenure strength will be enhanced. So we just safeguard. We have safeguard the effectiveness of this way. So actually, it is not so easy to utilize all those technical ways.